Some things about farming that never change. You have to start with a bare piece of ground. You have to start with the right piece of ground. You got to have the right kind of water sources. And those things never change. You're going to need that today. You're going to need that 100 years from now. But the technology that we use today is a whole lot different than it was even 25 years ago when I started working full-time out here. We now have GPS technology that allows us to make our furrows much straighter and more efficient. We can sit there with weather stations out in our fields and monitor the weather, the moisture in the soil, and all that through telemetry. So there's a lot more technological breakthroughs that have happened, just like the rest of the world, that have really impacted how we farm tomatoes today. So this field that I'm standing in right now, we've never grown tomatoes on it before. And it'll be 5 years at least before we grow tomatoes here again. And every year there's another crop grown, maybe it's bell peppers, maybe carrots, squash, who knows. But the point is that every year we grow these tomatoes on a different piece of land and we rotate, and that way we don't get a buildup of diseases or other problems for the tomatoes. When you're sitting there and figuring out your whole planning on how you're going to grow your crop, we use another acronym. It's called LISA, Low Input Sustainable Agriculture. And what that means is you go out, you take a soil sample at the beginning of the year, and then you base your fertility program on what the soil needs to feed the crop. And then throughout the year, you can take petioles, and you go out there and you grab the leaf down here like this, and you take the leaflets off, and you take 10 of these into a lab, and he grinds them up, and then he can tell you what nutrients are in there. So then you know how much or how little fertilizer you need to put, or maybe you don't need to put any. But the whole point is that you only put onto the crop what the crop needs. You don't do anything extra, and that way you take care of the soil and you leave that soil in as good or better shape than when you took it over.